What's up, beautiful family? It's your girl, Dr. Shonna. I'm outside of my terrace, so as you guys know, the sun is setting, and I am not going to be here too long. So, hello to my Facebook community. Hello to my YouTube community. Let's go ahead and get this popping. We're going to have a conversation about Black fathers on Father's Day. I think is appropriate. So, if there are any, with all due respect, if there are any angry, bitter, upset women in the audience, I feel your pain. I understand where you're coming from, but you're going to have to learn how to just put on your Teflon shield and take these shots, take these hits. Don't get in your feelings. Don't get in these feelings, because I'm going to tell you a little something, and stop taking your individual experiences and putting it on all Black men. This is not your day, God damn it. This is the Black man's day, and we're going to talk about that. So you're going to be in your feelings. You're going to be in your feelings, and you're just going to have to sit on that and eat it. It's okay. But if you really want to have a different perspective, that's what I'm here for. If you really want to have another view, that's what I'm here for. I'm not saying that you have to be on here to agree with me. I'm saying to be mature, to be emotionally mature, to be emotionally developed, is to be able to sit down in something that's uncomfortable for you because you're in pain, and be able to listen to a conversation and see it from a different perspective. To all my sisters and brothers, I want to say, how you guys doing? I greet you guys in peace and nothing but blessings. And to all my fathers and to all my men that stand in the gap as fathers, I want to say happy Father's Day to you all. Now, can we get started? Can we get started, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get started, my YouTube family? Can we get started, my Facebook family? Go ahead and share the video. Share the video. If you are on YouTube, most definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with your network as well, and make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and hit the share button. Go ahead and give me hearts, thumbs down, angry faces, laughs, whatever you want to do. But most importantly, hit the follow button as well as the like button on Facebook. Let's start talking about it. Now, let me tell y'all something about the problem I have every damn Father's Day. The problems, let me say the problems I have every damn Father's Day. Thank you so much for the donation, family. Listen, family, if you want to donate to me on YouTube, I really do appreciate that. I think that it would be better if you send it to CashApp or Venmo. I know it's more convenient for you guys to use YouTube, but you know YouTube takes a large chunk of that money out, and we don't know what these, I was going to call them a name. I don't want YouTube to shut my channel down. You know how they do me. Y'all know how they do me. They shut my channel down. They shut my girl Michi X channel down. They shut a lot of our stuff down. So y'all know how they do me. But nonetheless, I don't want y'all to let YouTube take a big chunk of the money, because we don't know where the money goes. If you want to donate, go ahead and donate to Cash App or Venmo. Is Dr. Shonna, DRSHONNA. Just go ahead and do it there. But I do appreciate the donations and acknowledgement, James. I appreciate that. Let me say this to you guys. Every Father's Day, I have many issues. Some of the issues I have is when I see other people tell mothers happy Father's Day. And when I go to Asian pages, when I go to Jewish pages, and you know, I have associates from every race. I don't call them friends. They are associates. I have them from every ethnicity, every nationality, every race. When I go to the Hispanic channels and all these other stuff where my associates are, my colleagues are, my coworkers are, whatever the case is, we are, for the most part, the only goddamn people that proudly tell mothers happy Father's Day. I got an issue with that. Why is it that our community allows propaganda, white media, and other media platforms that don't look like us propagate disparaging information, untruths, because they take a small, tiny little segment of the Black community and they put it on everybody, untruths, and we are okay with it. When I go to my Jewish associates, my Asian associates, and everybody else, even my Hispanic associates, they do not allow media and other propaganda sources to disrespect their men. Why are we okay with that? Why are we okay with that? Why are we okay with having people that look like us? See, I shared something that Obama has said, y'all president. I shared something that he has said, disparaging remarks about black men. I shared something, somebody at that stature and in that magnitude in front of mass media, knowing how propaganda works, somebody like that makes disparaging remarks, and that is okay. I had a sister come on my Facebook channel and say, Dr. Shonna, stop sugarcoating it. You know what President Obama said is the truth. No, sister, that is your narrative. That is not my narrative. You see, I understand why some women are upset. I understand why some women are mad. It does not take away from your pain. I'm not trying to diminish your pain. I get it. But you cannot allow your pain to keep you so bitter that you turn against all black men. Because when you do that, that means that you start to support propaganda and hurtful narratives that are untrue. See, it's not taking the larger picture. It's not taking the larger picture of what has happened to our community when it comes to the black man. And everyone says that the systematic discrimination, systematic racism, systematic oppression is destroying the black man. But it happened way before that boy became a man. It is the conspiracy to destroy black boys. It is the conspiracy to destroy black boys. And when you break down the mind of a black boy, when you destroy the mind of a black boy, when you tell him he ain't shit, he ain't about shit, and you break him down psychologically, when you expose black boys to trauma over trauma after trauma and don't heal these black boys, what do they become? So you angry at the black man, and some of y'all are mothers of those black boys. Come on. See, the narrative is that because there are no so-called fathers in the home, this is the reason why we have what we have right now with black men not taking care of their black boys. See, that is the narrative that so many black people not only support, but they propagate. They spread it like cancer. They spread it like COVID-19. That's what they do. They spread that information. But did you know a father can be in the home and be unavailable and absent? And do you know the effect that would have on the children? See, let me tell y'all a little something. See, I'm not going to give y'all too much information because what I do is I respect the confidentiality of anybody that is connected to me. I respect the confidentiality of anybody that is connected to me. But see, I think it's important for y'all to know something. Y'all need to hear it from me. Y'all need to hear it from me without me going too deep. And I won't go deep, but I am going to be transparent. I am going to disclose because I am that person and I pride myself on that. My husband, on paper, is a wonderful man. Y'all didn't hear me. Let me say that again. My husband, on paper, is a wonderful man. If you look at his credentials and the way he carries himself and his business and all that he does and all of his glory, he's a wonderful man. A wonderful man. But he has been emotionally unavailable and neglectful. And I have cried day in and day out on the effects that it has on my youngest son. My older children's like, well, I don't know him. He's never home. Don't know him, never home. But see, you guys see pictures out here of all these people with their husbands, and you would say, that's great. I wish these men would take care of their kids. My husband takes care of every goddamn thing. Every goddamn thing. But it doesn't mean that the home is healthy. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that the home is healthy. It doesn't mean that I don't have my emotional breakdowns. It doesn't mean that I have not been fighting for 7 years to get it through somebody's head, the damage that's being done. Until I made a decision to say no more. I will not do this anymore. Not when my child is suffering and you are actually in the home and my child is suffering psychologically. And as a woman who is a marriage counselor, I will not allow my child to suffer any longer. You understand what I'm saying? But am I bitter against Black men? No. Do I say all Black men is effed up? You guys have no goddamn idea what I'm going through right now at this moment. You don't know. You see all this glitter and gold and all this fame. You see that, but you don't know what I go through right now trying to make sure my Black family had it together and my Black family was suffering. But does it take away from the fact that if nothing else, he is an awesome provider. If nothing else. You see, so many women are caught up on provisions because they think, well, he's not taking care of his kids. Let me tell you something, ladies. You're going to hate me, but I don't care. I don't care. I see Black men that do not have two dimes to rub together or are the I was about to curse, but I don't want to get shut down. They are the best goddamn fathers I've ever seen in my whole goddamn life. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I see Black men who systematically are being destroyed. And you know when I seen it even more? It's during COVID. When all these Black men that I know are out of work, don't even know how they're going to provide for their families. And it does not stop them from seeing their kids every goddamn day. It does not stop them from helping the mothers while they go to work and they're taking the kids out to learn how to ride bikes, taking them out to play ball, taking them out to do so many things in this condition. It has not stopped them. No money coming in. Unemployment is screwed up for millions of people. There are people who have not gotten a check since unemployment started. They don't know what they're going to do. They are losing their minds. But when it comes to their children, they're A1. Keep it at Gucci 100, A1 for their kids. And we got so many bitter goddamn women that because of their bad fucking choices, they're destroying everybody. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Say what you want. Say what you want. The money don't make a man a father. Activity make him a father. Availability make him a father. Emotional connection make him a father. Lessons, what he teaches his boys and his daughters make him a father. So we always say Black men ain't taking care of their kids, but no one talks about the screwed up Black women who make that impossible. Yes, I said it. I'm going to talk about it. Who make that impossible. Despite what I go through, I will never keep my children from seeing their father. I would never stop that from happening. I would never intervene with that, even if I didn't get a penny. Even if I didn't get a cent, a dime, a nickel, nothing, not even a happy Mother's Day, I would never stop that. Never. I would never spread false propaganda. I would never allow any of us to kick in the back of a Black man. I will never allow it. We are the only nation that makes that okay, and that is a problem. That is a problem. Go visit other people's sites. Get out of your own stinking ass world when you don't know anybody else and you're not seeing anybody else's experience. Get out of your own stinking ass world. Why don't you go join some other groups? Why don't you go on other white pages and you see how they're responding? Why don't you go on some Asian pages and see how they're responding? Why don't you go on some Jewish people pages and see how they respond? Why don't you go on some Arab pages and see how they responded? And don't you tell me they're excellent fathers. Fuck you and those lies. Because I know a whole bunch of those communities that fucking cheat out the wazoo. They got gumars, the Italians got girlfriends left and right. That ain't no propaganda, that's true story. I know a lot of Asian people and Indian people getting their asses beat every goddamn day. Because I treat them, so I know what I see. But they would never kick their husbands back in and he's black in their goddamn eyes. But y'all don't see it because they would never allow mass media to kick the back end of their people. They would never allow it. Jewish women ain't no different. Ain't no different. And you think that Jewish men are all in their homes? No, they leave their women too. It ain't no different. And some of these Jewish women don't even want to have as many babies that they have. And they keep having babies back to back to back to back to back. And he's nowhere to be found. And they are psychologically damaged. I remember when I worked Child Protection Services, and oh my God, when we got a Jewish case. Oh my God, before we could even knock on the door, they were lawyered up. And guess what? Those children were abused. Those children were neglected. Those children were molested. Guess what? But does anyone put that on media? No. And if anybody's a social worker, especially Child Protection Services, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Let's go toe to toe. Tell me I'm lying. I know a lot of Asian women with drunken husbands who are addicted to pornography, and the only thing he does is provide, and she ain't worth a goddamn dime. He don't even see her as a woman. Disrespect on disrespect on disrespect. But does mass media put that on TV? Does mass media put that on TV? But let it be a black person. Let it be a black person. It'll be all over media. And we will be like, that's right, these no good black men. That's right, these motherfuckers, I can't stand them. That's right, they're criminals, black on black crime. We feed into the propaganda. We propagate these stories. And not even critically thinking that nobody else does that but us. Nobody else does it but us. I know some Indian people. You know what y'all need to learn how to do? And I said this before. It may be boring to some, but it's fascinating to me. Why don't you register for some scholarly articles? Yeah, you may have to pay $37.99 for the year, but why don't you register for them and do your searches? Do your searches. I read all the research out there concerning Sri Lankan women, concerning Jewish women, concerning Japanese women, Korean women. And they all go through the same shit we go through. You can go ahead on I follow Asian Boss. Do any of you guys follow Asian Boss? I love Asian Boss. And every now and then they will hear a family of a single woman in Asia raising her children on. And you know what their narratives usually are? Their narratives are they didn't start out single, but they chose to leave because they refused to get their asses beat day in and day out. Because in Korea, they look at it as a bad thing if you're a single woman raising your children. But you go there and you watch Asian Boss. If you don't want to do your own research, watch Asian Boss on YouTube. You will see that narrative changing. You will see so many single mothers are starting to speak out. And they're in Asia. And most of them are there because they're getting their asses whooped. Or they have alcoholic husbands. Or they have husbands addicted to porn. But do you see that in mass media? They would never allow it to happen. They would never allow it to happen. But what do we do? What do we do? The minute something comes out, black men need to take care of their kids. We share it like wildfire, like freaking weeds. We share that. That's right, they need to. But why? Because we have so many goddamn bitter people. When are we going to say that's for us to keep inside and for us to work with the inside, and we're not going to allow media to use that to our demise? When are we going to say that? When are we going to stop allowing media and white people to study us and highlight our social ills, but don't highlight nobody else's social ills? When are we going to stop allowing that to be the narrative? When are we going to change it? I know a lot of white women raising their children by themselves and the fathers are white. I know a lot of white women who ain't getting a goddamn penny, a cent, or a dime, or not enough money from their white ass ex-husbands or baby fathers. Ain't none of that happening. They're struggling too. But the media does not put that out there. But we say it's a black man issue. How stupid are we? How stupid are we? You got to ask yourself that. Thank you so much for the donation, William. I appreciate that, brother. You got to ask yourself that. So when I say Happy Father's Day, why is it that so, not even so many, because on my pages, the black women, I want to say I love y'all too. On my pages, for the most part, the black women know what's up. On my pages, the black woman loves the black man. Every once in a while, we get a motherfucking bitter sister that falls through the crack and has something to say. Every once in a while, we got one of these sour ass pussies that comes along and got something to say. But I don't tear her down. I don't tear her down. There's no need for me to tear her down. I understand. Okay, you suffering, you in pain. Go get some counseling. Go get some counseling. Because I'm not going to allow you to come on my pages and disrespect the black man. Not when we have a movement and we're making strides. Not when we're trying to change the narrative about our community. Not when we're trying to uplift one another. You come in with your bitter ways because Father's Day just happened to roll around and you bitter. Because you angry because you're fucked up choices. You angry. Go ahead and sit your ass down somewhere. Get the hell off this page. Sit your ass down somewhere. I'm sorry I don't share your narrative. I'm sorry I don't experience what you experience, but it doesn't mean I don't go through shit. It doesn't mean I don't fight my own battles every goddamn day. I fight my own battles. It doesn't mean I'm not trying to even build up the black men in my family or in my circles. It doesn't mean that. I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to help them succeed another way too. And when they're going through something, I got their back. I'm their ear. Everyone that personally knows me knows I love the black man and I support him 100. 100. No one is perfect. Everyone will talk about what he's doing. Do you know how many dirty effing females I know? Do you know how many dirty effing bum ass mothers I know? But would I ever tell them that? No, I support them too. I lift them up too. Do you know how many mothers I know that's not doing what the fuck they're supposed to do? I know a lot of them too. But God forbid you say anything about a bum ass mom. God forbid you say anything about a bum ass mom. Y'all ridiculous. 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 The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. That's right. Somebody said, I know trifling mothers. I know a lot of trifling mothers. But we would never allow mass media to talk about bum-ass black moms, would we? Would we? Would we ever allow media to talk about bum-ass black moms? See, y'all didn't want to come on here tonight. Y'all didn't want to come on here tonight because you know, Dr. Shonna, I don't care what y'all think I should sound like. I'm going to speak the goddamn truth. I'm going to speak to my community in a way that they can understand me. I'm not going to speak fluffy. I'm not going to say, well, how you know we have to be patient with one another. We have traumas in our community that is causing the black man and the black women to be at odds with each other. We have great black mothers. We have great black fathers. No, you ain't never going to get that out of me. So stop wishing for it. I'm going to tell you the truth. Just as we have bum-ass mothers, we have bum-ass fathers. But does that mean that we should allow mass media to profit off our social ills? Does that mean that we should allow black mass media to profit off of our trauma, our intergenerational trauma that they created, that they engineered? Should we have allowed that? Does that mean that we should have mass media twist the narrative to fit their description, despite the fact that they're not talking about systematic oppression? Despite the fact that they're not talking about systematic racism, systematic discrimination, despite the fact that they're not talking about inequalities in education, inequalities in income, inequalities in wealth. So I'm going to allow the mass media to twist the narrative to beat up on my black men, and I'm going to support it? That don't make sense to me. I would never do such a thing. Never. So because we have so many women who cannot stand this special day, when Father's Day rolls around, they cannot stand it, and they partake in the whiteness. I told you, there's so many black people centered in whiteness, meaning you adopt the white narrative, you adopt the dominant society, you adopt white supremacy thinking. We have allowed so many of them, when this day rolls around, they share nothing but disparaging remarks about black fathers. And then anytime somebody shares something positive about a black father, they want to jump on and fight the narrative. And they wonder why none of us as a whole is respected. Man, look at here. Somebody said absolutely nonsense. Somebody said, I know better, not hurt. You understand what I'm trying to say? You're going to be hurt. But let me tell you something, ladies. Just as I'm going through my issues right now, and I'm not bitter, do I get upset? Absolutely. Do I get angry? Absolutely. Do sometimes I fight back? Yes, I do. But most of the time, I got to sit back and I got to think about the bigger picture. I got to think about the bigger picture. I got to move differently. I got to choose my words wisely. I got to choose my fights wisely, because of the bigger picture, the bigger picture starts with my offspring. That's the bigger picture. That's it. Nothing else matters. Not my fucking feelings. I'll deal with that independently. My offspring, my children, their future, their legacy, their mind, their psychology behind it. That's it. That's it. I ain't never bust a window out nobody's car. I never flattened nobody's tires. I never kept any children from seeing their fathers. I never did no dumb shit like that. And I'm not about to start today. Alicia is saying, all I know is each set of people have the same problem, but I would never take away from the black man to stroke anyone's ego. Absolutely. Never. Never. Every community have their issues and their problems. And if we are not informing ourselves, if we are not doing the research, if we're not becoming knowledgeable, and we're not exploring other cultures, we are allowing a white narrative to dictate our experience, and we're eating it up and we're spreading it like wildfire, and it's working against us. These people put all this shit out there so they can get some more money in and some more grants in, and we eat it up. You know, Yvette Carnell, I'm about to get out of here because it's getting dark and you can see I'm losing my light. But Yvette Carnell said something very powerful that I want you guys to think about. She said, when it came to health disparities, she said that everyone says that we have unhealthy eating habits, and everyone talks about our health disparities. But when you really think about other populations, Italians don't eat healthy. Do you ever see their food? Have you ever looked at a plate of lasagna and think about everything that goes into that lasagna? Tell me how that's healthy. But does anyone talk about their eating habits? Do you guys know, has anyone been to China? Do you know how greasy China's food is? Do you know how much oil China uses in their food? Do you know what Chinese people actually eat? Do you know that stuff? But everyone talks about our cooking and our food. You got to understand when we are falling for the okie doke, when they are using us, for their political game, for their economic game. As long as they keep their goddamn foot on our neck and we keep falling for it, we're going to continue to be under their thumb and under their rule. When will we wake up? When will we wake up? Every goddamn person out there eats nasty ass food that ain't healthy. But who do they pick on? The black man and the black woman and black families. That's what they pick on. It is systematically designed to destroy our families, and we got to stop falling for the bullshit. So I am looking forward to the day when it comes to this beautiful day, Father's Day, that we stop spreading false information and myths about our black fathers. When we stop taking the dark cloud and hiding our wonderful black men because we're talking about the select few that we don't like. When we start to see that everything that we experience goes on in other communities, when we start to do that, then we will rise. When you uplift the black man, you will rise. As long as we kick his goddamn back in, we will never rise. Understand what I'm talking about. Whether you like men or not, you can like your women, that's fine. You can sleep in a bed with women all you want. That's your business, it's none of mine. That's fine. But don't do it at the expense of kicking in the black man's back. That's all I have for you guys today. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all everybody for the donations. I love every last one of you guys. Don't get in your bag. Don't get in your feelings. It is what it is, but I had to say what I had to say because I'm so sick and tired of the bitter women. Get your goddamn emotions in check. Go seek some therapy. Speak to y'all soon.